This is the video where we get the EV charge point installed. Can you guess which EV charge point I went for then? Well, it just says EV charger on this side, but let's flip the box open and let's get having a look. If we have a look on this side, we've got a nice little bit of packaging from Hydra here. I went for the Hydra Cubus. Long-time watchers to my channel will know exactly why I chose this one, but maybe you can guess as we go along the way. As you can see from the picture, I went with the tethered one in the end. I think that's just going to be most convenient. And this little arrangement here, the plug socket and stuff, it looks like quite a nifty little solution compared to some of the competition. Let's get into this anyway. Right, hidden screws, nice area for hanging the cable around. Okay. Well, those are some meaty anchors. This is a cool little feature, RFID tags. You can tell that Hydra definitely do more of the kind of commercial industrial stuff, because this is exactly the kind of thing. If you had a charge point like this mounted in a commercial location outside your work or something, you could just give these to employees and they can just tap them when they park up and charge. So what do we think about the looks of it then? This section is like a matte black, and I believe these sections come away, and then this is nice nice gloss. On the tethered one, of course, no plug in the middle. On the untethered one, they've got a socket that goes in the middle for the cable, but looks good. Right, let's get to installation. And quickly, before I forget, it's worth noting that the CT clamp on this is an optional extra. So make sure you order this when you order the charger. And although the charger is excellent value, you add the CT clamp on, it's still beating the competition by some way. It's still excellent value. But of course, you're going to need this if you're going to be doing any load limiting or utilising solar export for charging or anything like that. You're going to need the CT clamp. So did you guess why I chose the Hydra Cubus yet? Yeah, long-time watchers to the channel will know getting the best bang for buck. And you know that I just want something that's great value for money. Martin from Dorset Solar Solutions is back with us now after a very successful solar panel installation on our house, which well over 200,000 people have viewed some of those videos now. He'd already put in the hard work by fitting the necessary infrastructure, consumer unit, etc., so that we could very quickly and quite simply install an EV charge point. So when I asked Martin for a quote, just like all of you in the comments, he said, just go and fit a Zappy. But, you know, I don't want to do things like everyone else. So here we are with the Hydra Cubus. Now, long-time viewers on the channel will know that why would I pay an extra £200 to £250 for an EV charge point if the Hydra does absolutely everything that I could want from it. It has all of the connectivity options. I've got it connected by Wi-Fi and the signal's very, very strong. So it's clearly got some good Wi-Fi antennas in here because our router is completely the other end of the building. The build quality seems great. Shout out to Sota Electrical, who does loads of these EV charge points on his YouTube channel. And I watched quite a few of his for a while. He installed one of these and he was impressed with the terminals of it and the way it kind of came apart and went together and the wall bracket and everything. And he thought the build quality on it was great. And he does these all the time. I think this is going to more than suit my needs. Up until now, we've been charging from a granny charger, but because I'm on Octopus Agile, it means sometimes I've kind of been jumping out of bed and flicking on the switch at 1 AM or some random times. And that's not really a sustainable way to charge your EV to try and save yourself a few pennies. So even if I'm just manually setting the timers before I go to bed, I'm winning. But this promises integration with Octopus intelligent apps. And so we'll see how this goes. I will let you know in a follow-up video how the app actually works, how that is onto it on a day-to-day basis, and whether the software integration keeps up with the hardware, because I've got no doubts the hardware is going to be great, but the software, well, there's some question marks over that. So we'll see what happens anyway. It's got a nice discreet holster for the Type 2 end, which conceals the screws, and the cable wraps around it nicely. You may be able to see, depending on the lighting, that it's currently glowing blue That means that it's test charging my MG5, everything working well. We did have a little chat with the technical support because this was a brand new charger to Martin, so there are a few things that needed to get your head around exactly what the manual was trying to instruct you to do, but it all went pretty pain-free. You might see a little bit on the time lapse that there is a little magnetic tamper switch on the cover here, and the charger completely shuts down when that cover is off. So Martin tried to initialize some testing, and that couldn't be done until the cover was placed over here because of the magnetic sensor that's built into it. Otherwise, when we spoke to technical support, mostly about the app setup and the configuration of the load limiting, they were absolutely brilliant. No waiting time, UK call center, and the people on the person on the phone that we spoke to really knew what they were talking about. Just guided us through a couple of steps. We were on and off the phone in absolutely no time at all. So 2 thumbs up from me, and I will now show you some of the app features and how everything works. So we've adopted the charger in the app now, so we're going to let it know what tariff we're on. So we're selecting Octopus Energy and then next, and then we're going to find the specific tariff that I'm on, which is Octopus Agile, and that has got the information. This is going to help us calculate how much we're actually spending on the EV. Pop in postcode, make sure I remember to blur that out, and it's added it. Simple as that, very quick and easy. Now the initial interface looks very simple, basic, nice and easy. Release the cable, start the charge, jump into the schedules and the timers, and it's got a little bit of information here the first time you go in. Shows you how quick and easy it is to change time slots and edit time slots, and all looks quite straightforward. But this is kind of my first go at poking around the app and seeing what it's like. If you've made it this far in the video, then I apologise if I'm too boring for you, but a future video will come actually after I've used the app for a little while, a few weeks, get to grips with it and see what I like and what I don't like. But it's good that it's got an off-peak weekday schedule and an off-peak weekend schedule. And then it's good that you can set your own custom schedules as well, and you can select which days they're applicable to, which is very nice. It seems to have all you could want from manual timers anyway, and then some. Okay, let's adjust the time here, and let's get out of this section so we can change all of those days to follow the same schedule. Let's just jump into the charging summary. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. I'll be interested to see how they calculate the CO2 saved, but that will show the kilowatt hours and also the pounds and pence. Well, that's pretty simple and straightforward and self-explanatory. Let's see how it works for me over the next few weeks. So this is the installer app, and because I'm an absolute control freak and I'm a geek and I want some extra features, I'd love to just borrow a couple of these features to put over in the homeowner app. For example, see, I can change the charge rate on the installer app all the way down to 7 amps, all the way up to 32 amps. I'm not sure if I would ever use that, but I'd love to have the flexibility to be able to choose. I think I made it the whole way through this video without a single Marvel joke from Captain America and a bit of Hail Hydra. Oh, maybe I just slipped into it. That's not funny, is it? That's a proper dad joke. My kids are going to be so embarrassed if I actually put this into the video. Anyway, you've made it this far, so let me know what you think in the comments. Was this the right choice? I figure that if you save £200 to £250 on the charge point itself, then that will power you a good 10, 11, maybe even 12,000 miles, depending what rate you're on. So is it really worth getting the most expensive charge point, or should you just get a cheap one that's reliable and that just does the job? Maybe that's a discussion for a future video. Pop it in the comments. Are you considering a charge point? Would you consider a Hydra? I'm going to leave some more links and information down in the description for you to follow. But thanks for watching. Make sure you give it a like, a thumbs up. That will help this video reach a wider audience and spread this to people who may not otherwise be tuned into this kind of content. Thanks. Until the next one, bye.